This episode of New Jersey Living is filmed in West Orange, New Jersey. This episode is going to give that option for another suburban location that is not far from the city. But when we get to the big three, we're going to see that there is one missing component, but the town does provide for an accommodation. So just a little description about where we are at this very moment. We'll get into those details a little later. Just to pan around a little bit, you may, I'm not sure if you could hear, but you may have heard a little train tooting in the background. I'm in the Essex County boathouse. This whole area, I'm gonna pan around a bit, is a park and a recreation area that is all here in West Orange. So we have this park area, which is relatively new. This is probably no more than 10 to 15 years old. The Turtleback Zoo is not a large-scale zoo. It's on the other side of this reservoir body of water that's right here behind me. Of course, you can see the swan boats right here docked as well. So the Turtleback Zoo is not a large-scale zoo, but it is a nice local zoo that not only county residents in Essex County, but surrounding counties will also visit because it's a nice place, particularly for younger kids. And there is the Cody Arena. That's also that you cannot see from here, but it is basically a ice skating rink for hockey and ice skating. And there's also neighboring to that a golf course. So there are certainly distinct suburban kind of elements right here in West Orange, although there's a section of town that neighbors more directly to Orange where you can see a bit more of an urban feel. But this is truly a suburb, directly west of Newark. It neighbors right against Montclair. So if you've seen my Montclair episode, if you've seen my South Orange episode, this is a neighboring town to those two towns. And in my opinion, as you heard me express in those episodes, these are some of the most beautiful neighborhoods in the state of New Jersey, in my opinion. So that Montclair, South Orange, Glen Ridge, and West Orange have areas that I would say are just storybook. All right, so this is going to be an episode where we get to see a broad range in terms of housing costs. We have 4 properties we're going to take a look at, so stay along for the ride. Those who are joining again, those Jersey hunters who have been along all the way, welcome back. Those who are new, welcome aboard. Let's get into it now. Welcome to New Jersey Living. If you're interested in learning all there is to know about New Jersey, the real estate market, neighborhoods, iconic locations, places to dine, things to do, then this is the channel for you. My name is Corey Jones, and I'm a real estate agent with Compass Real Estate. And my job is basically to produce content like this to give information to viewers like you on all things New Jersey, specifically the suburbs of New York City. So today, as I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, we are in West Orange. This is the entrance to Turtleback Zoo directly behind me. And this is part of this broader South Mountain Reservation, which I'm gonna flash up a quick map of it. We're just in one little small section of it. So West Orange, I mentioned a little earlier that it is neighboring to South Orange and to Montclair. Some of these locations where I have mentioned before, the neighborhoods that you see in these towns are like your quintessential storybook kind of locations. Absolutely beautiful. You're going to see some of that today here in West Orange as well. We always reference the big three, and for those who are new, the big three may sound a bit foreign to you, but the big three pertains to the 3 factors that equate to demand in real estate here in New Jersey. One of them is proximity to New York City. So from where we are right here, we are comfortably a half-hour, 35-minute drive into Midtown Manhattan. Schools is another one of the factors. A-rated, exceptional schools. All right, so that's another major plus. Train, however, there's no local train station in West Orange. However, I mentioned at the beginning, there is an accommodation by the town to account for that. There is a free Jitney service that provides free shuttle, 6 different routes throughout town that goes to 3 different train stations of neighboring towns. So to make it a little more convenient for residents to get to those train locations, there is that service that's for free. And there are 6 lines, so it's not as though there's just one you have to like find and drive to. They're spread out pretty evenly. So West Orange is a place of demand. You're going to see that there is a wide range of options in terms of budgets. I look back over the last 30 days because, of course, again, who've seen this episode or seen my episodes before, you know I focus on all sales within the past 30 days. There were over 50 in West Orange over the past 30 days. So looking at price range, we're going to see a sale in the 300s. We're going to see a sale slightly over $1 million, and in between as well, between the 4 we're going to see today. And that is definitely this market. It also, provides a breeding ground, if you will, those like critical factors to ensure diversity. So the income levels are varied, and you find all different people groups, and it's a very, very balanced and diverse type of community. So I think that you're going to enjoy this particular ride with me. We're going to get started now. I'm just going to give a quick pan. So you see behind me, there is a walking trail, and I walked about maybe a quarter mile from where I was at the boat landing with the swan boats to where I am right now. This trail, as I walk over here, and you'll see it a little closer, this trail goes all the way around the entire reservoir, and it is for walking and jogging only. So there's no bike riding, there's no skating, there's just people walking a dog perhaps, or jogging this particular stretch around the reservoir. So a great location to have nearby just for a day like today, a beautiful afternoon to go out for a walk. If you have a family with young kids, the zoo's right there. If skating or golf is an option for you, that's nearby, right next door. All right, so we're gonna get started now. I'll see you at the first property. We're here at our first stop in West Orange. Directly behind me across the street is 9 Park Drive South. This property was 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, listed at $325, sold at $360, 3 days on the market. The marketing of the property included commentary about low taxes, which for this property was just above $8,600. That's relative to county. We've talked about in previous episodes how taxes do vary from one county to the next in New Jersey. It often relates to the size of the county, how much corporate industrial presence there is to help offset taxes. Essex is one of those smaller counties that doesn't have comparably a ton of corporate and campus type settings that you'll find in like a Middlesex County, which is directly west of Staten Island. So for the county, being in West Orange, $8,600 is annually is not bad at all. But for this property, very well done. Again, I encourage you to go to compass.com. You can always plug in an address, take a look at some photos, or Zillow if you want to do it that way. Very well maintained, nicely upgraded, not newly renovated or anything like that, but it was well done inside. This is an example of what comfortably under 400 you can get, because this was at 360 right here, although it was marketed at 325. But that's the type of option you can get. The block itself has, I'm gonna pan around just a little. A lot of homes are of a similar layout, similar construction. It is kind of like a horseshoe shaped one-way street. So parking is only on one side of the street. Main Street is the street that's directly down the hill, and that leads directly into either into downtown or up the hill, leads towards the shopping center, where there's where you have pretty much anything that you need in the shopping center. So this is stop number one, but gives you an example of what is attainable, and by no means a fixer-upper. This was a turnkey move-in ready property. So next step, next stop is going to kind of escalate up at the next price point, if you will, and you'll be able to see how, as we escalate up, what values, what kind of properties you can attain at different values right here in West Orange. So I'll see you at the next property. We're at our second property stop. This is 61 Quinby Place, directly behind me, the blue classic colonial style with the yellow door. Obviously you see driveway here. Pretty certain that this driveway is, I'm not 100% sure, but it appears to be to the neighboring property. Kind of hard to tell. There are circumstances, particularly in Essex County and even in Bergen, where you may even at times have a shared driveway. I won't say that's the case here, but I have seen it. Kind of interesting because neighbors have to share the access to get towards the back of the property where they're actually parked, but the driveway itself would have to stay clear if that were the case. This property, 3-bedroom, 1 bath, again, nicely done in terms of just the general condition and how well it was maintained by the previous owner. 3-bedroom, 1 bath. List price was $410. Sold really like $1 under $480. I don't know why it happens that way sometimes, but it was $479. $999 was the sell price. 19 days on the market. So this did not last very long either, even though we're again outside of that time frame where we have that market frenzy that we experienced 8 to 12 months ago. We're well beyond that, but still properties that are in desirable locations, and West Orange, because of schools and proximity to the city, is a town where there's demand. It's just a matter of, if you do have to commute and get to a train station, mapping out where the Jitney line is running in your given area. So this again gives another still sub 500,000 option, which I think is a great value to be able to get in the 400s. And you can see the size-wise, there's a difference between this and the previous property at Park South. So you're seeing a bit of an upgrade in terms of both price point and just to pan up a little bit. So you'll get a full profile of the property and the size of the house. All right, so we have 2 more to go. I'll see you at the next property. Here we are at our third stop, 27 Colony Drive East. This is part of that section where I've described to you before. You start to get into these really nice storybook even kind of neighborhoods. This is kind of like the beginning of that. So you'll see a quick pan around that I have here. This property, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, right here on the corner. You can see this 2-car garage, and this price $649, sold at $773. And this was only on the market for 14 days. So this went pretty quickly. And in this given section, this is not too far from Gregory Ave. So this is certainly one of the desirable sections because of the quiet nature, the calm nature of the neighborhood, larger lots, the general aesthetic, as you can see as I pan just a little bit here. So you get a feel for the area. This is when you start to look into, obviously, your 700s and above are giving you more of this kind of setting. All right, so this is, in my estimation, a very solid buy for what you would deem your solid, I would say, next step type of home. Not necessarily a starter per se, but that next step, but attainable here in West Orange in your high 6s all the way up to 8s. So next property is going to be our final stop, which shows you what you can attain with just over $1 million in terms of your budget. So I'll see you there. Our final stop is right here at 41 Old Indian Road. This is the final property of our tour in West Orange, and this is certainly at the largest magnitude of what we've seen so far. This particular property, 4-bedroom, 4 full bath, fully renovated. So this was totally brand new to walk into. Square footage just short of 3,400 square feet, 3,396. The list price was at 1.199 million and sold at 1.3. Did not take long. I want to say 12 days on the market. I'll flash that up just to make sure I'm correct. But this is a location where the homes surrounding very much match what you see right here. I'll have a little bit of road footage as well. This backs up. Behind this house is the Burn golf course, so there's not going to be anything built behind it. But this is a very nice, quiet area where you're going to find very much larger properties at a larger price point on larger lots. Right, so you're going to get that for your money. But for what you are seeing right here in terms of size and square footage compared to neighboring Montclair, be night and day different at the same price point. So this is something to consider when we're talking about, you know, different markets and what the type of demand is for. But with that being said, schools are still great here. Although there's not trains, you have the Jitney option. And this is maybe 15-minute drive to get to the Montclair dining scene. So we're not far at all from that. So this is definitely an alternative for those who love the Montclair scene, but prices may be just a bit too high for, you know, what they're looking to do in terms of affordability. So want to thank everyone again for joining. Be sure to click like, subscribe, and notification bell. We want to be able to get this word out to many others to know that this is available for those that are just looking for insights and information on the New Jersey market. So we will be in touch soon with additional locations, and I'll see you at the next episode. Take care.